My name is John Walsh. On the 3rd of October 2015, last year, I was involved in an incident at a B&M Retail store in Minworth, Warmley, Birmingham, where a number of tables fell from a medium level display and collided with me, giving me injuries to my arm, shoulder and back. B&M Retail have denied that they were culpable or liable for any of the results of my injuries. This footage that you're about to see is the CCTV camera footage which shows the incident that occurred on the day. We're going to go to see that in a second. I've also asked the store for the follow-on footage, CCTV footage, which will also show the store manager attending the event and immediately removing more than half of the tables that were on the display because he considered they were stacked dangerously. Despite this, B&M have confirmed they believe I caused the tables to fall on myself, and consequently I am taking this matter through the processes legally, and also going to take this to social media for other people's opinion on who they think might be at fault here. I'm going to press play on the CCTV in a second, and then you will start to see me going through the store, but you'll also see other members of the public with their families, in some cases, walking through the store. Trust me when I say that the little girl you're about to see in just a few seconds, had she been walking past the display stand and taken the impact of the tables that fell rather than me, she would be dead. And I mean that very seriously. You will see in a second, you will see 10 tables falling off the middle tier of a bay store. You'll see them collide with me. Bear in mind, they could have collided with that little girl that you're about to see in 1 second. The image that you are looking at is indeed the CCTV clip provided by B&M stores. You will see in a second, I'm going to press play, and you will see that the people coming through the store, this is actually the furniture section of the store. There is a food section, a furniture section and a garden section. You'll see members of the public coming through the store, and you'll also see myself in a few seconds coming through from the left. The important thing to recognise is that this is their footage from one of the 2 cameras that are covering this particular area, showing the incident as much as it can from a fairly blurred distance. Also notice in a few seconds, one of the first things you'll see will be a family, a lady with her child. Child looks to be about 6. If that child actually had been in the position I was in and taken the fall from the display of 8 or 10 tables, as I did, that child would be dead. No question about it. Anybody less than 7 or 8 taking the impact at the level that these tables were stacked would be dead, and I mean that very seriously. So the image will be playing in a second. Please bear with me. Now you can see the little girl concerned. I'm guessing she's 6 years old or something of that order. You'll see me joining now as well from the left. At this point I've actually been in the store probably about half an hour, and I've already got £83 worth of goods in my basket. It's the very first time I've been in any B&M store in the country, and certainly the first time in this one in Minworth, so I'm generally speaking taking stock of what there is to look at. I have just walked past the tables concerned and paused looking at another product alongside the tables. It was actually a laptop table which you can sit at from your armchair whilst you're doing your work and watching telly. That's caught my attention and I'm looking at it. At this point, I am looking at the packaging of the alternative product. To my right, clearly to my right, are the tables that are about to fall on me. You will have just seen the first table fall off the shelf, hit me, which alerted me to the fact that there was a problem. I then stepped clearly to my right, probably a whole pace, in order to catch the rest of the tables, which were also falling in one piece, the whole lot. When I managed to get the tables back up on the shelf, they were still vertical and could not be put in a position where they would lean safely backwards. It was impossible to do that, bearing in mind the width of the shelf, or the depth of the shelf was not sufficient for 9 tables, certainly not sufficient for 10 tables. I went to find some store management to come and see what had happened. Eventually, after about 5 minutes, store manager Gary Rogers arrived and immediately took the half of the stock of the tables off the shelf because he considered it was dangerous. I have asked B&M stores for the follow-on footage from the actual incident, which will show the store manager arriving and show him removing the stock from the shelves because it was considered unsafe at that point. Despite that, B&M claim that they have no liability or negligence in causing the tables to be stacked wrongly, and consequently causing risks to life and body in the form of the injuries I've sustained. In a second, you will also see some additional footage from my iPhone that I took the following day, following the incident at the store, to give you some more idea of the layout of the product at that time. When I get the additional footage from B&M, I will insert it into this clip, because this clip, given that B&M are seeking to deny any liability, I am going to make sure this information goes on social media as soon as possible. I have created these zooms on their CCTV footage to try and show a little bit more detail. From a distance it's difficult to see anything, so I've zoomed in here. This is my footage. You'll see, first of all, that I'm working to the left of the products that are going to fall, nowhere near them. Then suddenly the first one crashes down, hits my arm, hits the floor, breaks. I'm now struggling to hold the rest of them back. I'm 17 stone and I struggle to get those tables back up on the shelf to stop them all crashing to the ground. That's when I felt my shoulder go. That's when I felt my back go as well. So what you're seeing next is going to be some footage from my phone taken on the following day, the Sunday, with some comments about the behaviour of B&M and their intention to deny any responsibility for the accident that actually happened.
Holding back
you will see now the footage of the tables in situ. You may just have seen to the left of them the actual product I was looking at on the shelf, which is a different table, and that is indeed where they were sat. There was actually twice that number on the shelf, and you will see down on the floor the other tables which were removed from the shelf by the store manager Gary Rogers.
Looking at the height of the shelf, as you can see there, any children passing there at maybe 6 or 7 years old, that height where my hand is now, that lot, that whole weight would have killed them. Surveillance camera in the top left hand corner of the area, so I'm hoping that the store will have evidence from their camera records as to what happened and why it's so dangerous. At the moment I'm just here on Sunday afternoon at 10 to 2, having left Good Hope Hospital at 1:30. with a torn shoulder and potentially cracked ribs by the sound of things. I will be speaking to the executive team at this business tomorrow. I'm about to go and ask for Gary Rogers, the store manager, who's failed to call me back despite me calling him at 5:30 yesterday to explain that I was going to A&E. I left my number. He has not called me back. I hope he's got a good reason for that. This is the general walkthrough area with the tables there on the left, where yesterday there were a number of women and children walking through to the plants area. I had to stand there for a minute or two to make sure no children passed whilst it was in danger of falling again. That was before they took the rest of the stock off the shelf.